Now that you're detached, you're stoic, you don't give a shit, you don't feel bad, you're not triggered anymore. Now let's get into deciphering. So you want to learn about psychic vampirism? Wait, I forgot something. I'm back. Anyways, let's get to the video, shall we? Hello, my lovely gems. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, I'm Sapphire Love. Hope you guys have been refining yourselves. I know I have been. So, psychic vampirism, let's talk about it. I'm not going to do too much talking because I have a lot of notes. If you guys follow me on my Instagram, prettyandcharmed_. I was going to talk about the goddesses, Sekhmet, Lilith, Lilitu. I was even going to talk about Hecate's daughter in Perseru and how she drinks blood and how she's a vampiric spirit herself. But I feel like maybe we'll do that in a live stream, or I'm probably even end up making this into a series. But let's start from the basics first, okay? So I have a lot of notes. Plus, I asked you guys to leave any questions that you have on my community post, so I don't leave anything out because I want to make the best videos for my community, for my goddesses, for my ladies. Also, before we get into the video, I'd like to ask you guys a favor. If you can please like this video, that way it helps push out my content and we can grow the community. As you guys know, I'm trying to make, I am making more spiritual videos, more witchy videos, more esoteric type of videos because I want to grow. I want to bring more spiritual people into this community. We already have a lot of people already because you've been sticking for me for a while now, even though I've been speaking about envy, pretty punishment, the power of envy. If you've been around since then, on my live streams, I've always put in spirituality. I've always snuck it in. So that's how I already brought you guys towards me because I've been doing that on the low key. Also, comment down below and hit subscribe. It's free. Join the gem community. And for anyone that's new, okay, for all the subscribers, and if this is your first time seeing my face, I am Sapphire Love. I talk all things alchemy. Okay, check out, just type in my name, then type in alchemy. I talk about feminine power, dark goddesses. Okay, this is not the page for the good girls. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. If you're a good girl, don't join because I'm a truth speaker. So if you're witchy, if you're into alchemy, if you're into feminine power, if you're into the occult and knowing the truth and also self-preservation and becoming a better person, as in even being self-serving, then that's what this is about. I actually have red wine with me just to set the mood. To represent blood. In alchemy, blood is your life force. If you're self-serving, because there's some spiritual people and they're like, oh no, you shouldn't be doing this type of magic. You shouldn't be talking about this. I don't care, especially in terms of men. I don't care. Okay, so now that that's the way. Back to blood. Blood in alchemy represents your prana/chi, which means your life force energy. Psychic vampirism isn't bad. It's not evil. A lot of things aren't just evil, but because a lot of people have been using it for negativity, for evil, yeah, damn, people are going to class it as evil. Okay, just like anything else, just like a knife. You can use a knife to cook meal for your family. People can use knives to kill innocent people. Food gives you energy, but too much food can kill you. Even with water, okay? It's not these things per se, it's the human. It's the human person that's the vessel in using this technique. Watch this video as well if you would like to learn how to siphon energy psychically in the astrals. Okay, because you guys commented that on the community post and you were like, oh yeah, you want to turn up into his dreams. And I'm like, okay, I actually tried that and it worked. If you guys saw my shorts, I showed up in the astrals. Well, I think so. Okay, because I'm still figuring out the astrals. Okay, I showed up in the astrals and I just took my energy back. And guys, don't feel sorry for him. This is the DL guy. Don't feel sorry for him at all. Also, watch this video if you would like to be protected as well from psychic vampirisms, because I'm going to get into that. I'm actually going to talk about how a lot of us have been used as a vessel for someone to take our energy. Hence the whole revenge and getting your energy back, because it is your energy. Call it back, get it back. People should pay for what they put you through. Okay, I'm not one of those girls that's gonna be like, oh no. We're gonna finally get into the video. Grab your wine, grab your water, your drink, your snack, and let's get into it. Okay, I actually don't even really like red wine. The only reason I have this is for my Lilith ritual, and I had it out, so don't mind if I do. First of all, what is psychic vampirism? And also, like, what is the difference between this and energy vampires? You know, the ones that I complain about, the ones that get around you, the ones that drain your energy. They're still psychic vampirism. Like, they're still vampires, but the difference is there's a difference when it's intentional and when it's not intentional. And the ones that don't know their energy vampires are the most dangerous type of people. Okay, so vampiric energy is taking energy from a source outside of yourself. And then you're now manipulating this energy towards your own need. And this doesn't have to be a person. You can take energy from the sun. That's even how it started. It started in ancient Kemet. In ancient Kemet, people would get energy from the sun, right? Their whole thing with the pyramids and that point in the pyramids is to receive energy. It's to receive energy for the land, for themselves. And when we get into the first ever vampire that there was, the first ever vampire was Akasha and my dear Aaliyah. You guys know I have a video on Aaliyah. It's called The Power of Envy. Okay, there's even witches that will get energy from the moon. So the type of energy vampire that doesn't know they're taking people's energy, they're the type of people that they're always complaining. They're always trying to get you to argue with them. Okay, so yeah, the energy vampires that don't know they're energy vampires see you as a cure to their problems. But again, they're unaware that they're energy vampires. So they just take while complaining that they're tired. And some people even end up getting really, really sick to the point they end up developing diseases. You're intentional about doing this. You don't always need to feed off of other people, because even with vampires, there's narcissistic vampires that only feed off of people. You see a lot of these ones, a lot of them are men. There's some women too, and they'll do it off other men, but like, is it really narcissistic or am I just self-obsessed? Anyways, you'll see these ones as well in like cities like New Orleans, and also guys, London. Okay, people sleep on how occult London is. So how does this work? How can we get energy from people and it benefit us? Like why? How does this work, Sapphire? I'll tell you. So using the law of thermodynamics, energy can neither be created nor destroyed, but energy can be reattuned to a different frequency, which now creates the vibration of what you want. Especially when we get into transmutation. How do I transmute that? When you have this energy and you take this energy can now be reattuned to what you want. Do you want more energy? Do you want to be more active? Do you want to use this for beauty? Do you want to use it for more money? This is where the alchemy comes in as well, because now you have a goal in mind. What are you now changing this energy into? See, before we didn't have a set goal in mind. Or I think when I talk about how to transmute negativity, when people would send you negativity, you didn't have a goal in mind on what to change this energy, this negativity into. When you start practicing alchemy, you can now change this energy into something. For even with shame, like if you've experienced shame in your life through what you've been through, you didn't have a goal to what to set that energy of that frequency of shame into. I've set that energy of shame into radicalized self-acceptance and authenticity, which is like self-love. Okay, now let's talk about intentional. When you're intentional about this, you're like, you know what, Sapphire, I want to take people's energy. How do I do it? 1, work on your self-concept. I would advise you to actually watch movies and TV shows where there's vampires, especially the ones that are very powerful. How do they move? How do they act? How do they carry themselves? Think about, like, I was saying this in my Instagram story. Think about Catherine Pierce, how she moves, not Elena. No one's talking, no. Like, how does a woman move that gets everything she wants? You have to have the traits of the person that has someone wrapped around their finger. You are persuasive. You are mysterious. Okay, you're charming. You're seductive as well. This is because you have, like, it's a way of, like I said, glamour magic. And it's like making you more admirable to your prey. Okay, so it's making you more admiring to your prey. Especially if you're using this with men, you want to be seductive. You want to be charming. What do all these things do? So when you're put together, when you're charming, when you're seductive, glamorous, when you're doing all these things, they make you more influential. They make you more influential. And let me tell you something, human beings are very primal at nature, right? They're very primal. That's why me wearing this red, it gets people's attention. Whenever I wear this red, I've noticed that. Like, that's why I always wear it now. But okay, so let's get into the techniques, shall we? I know I've been doing a lot of talking. I like to lead you guys, so that way you're not gonna come back and be like, oh my God, Sapphire, something went wrong. Okay, I'm letting you guys know the steps. And let me start with using an example of you're trying to get energy from someone that hurt you. You're trying to get revenge. So I brought the whiteboard out. Imprint. Yes, you have to imprint on their asses. So this is what we're gonna do. First of all, if you're now wanting to take someone's energy and they hurt you, now there's two ways to do this. If you still have hate in your heart, you could use that hate if you want to. You can use the hate because it's very strong and it will work. But let me tell you something, it's gonna be very fucking addictive, okay? It's gonna be addictive and you're gonna probably end up getting addicted to it. And I also don't want you to be on that frequency of hate, though I guess you can still transmute it and da da da. I want you to be a positive narcissist. I want you to be like, I don't want you to be a victim, okay? That's the thing, I don't want you to be a victim. So this is what I want you to do. When it comes to psychic vampirism, you have to be stoic. I have a video on stoicism. Now, if it's hard for you to become stoic, AKA detached from what that person did to you, you have to replay the story again and again and again until you're over it. The brain has to replay that story until you're over it. So you replay it so many times, you're not triggered anymore. So when you're now visualizing, I don't want you to be like, oh shit, I'm triggered again. Girl, remember, okay, don't fuck up your intention. Another way that can help with not being triggered is looking at them like they're an object. So assign them to an object. And I got this tip from a girl on TikTok and I will give her credit. I'll put her name over here. Shade them with the color red. Make sure he has more money than you, right? This is the thing in relationships, because relationships especially are very vampiristic. And when a man has more to offer, then you have more to take from him. But if it's the other way around, he will take from you. And we all know women have more to offer, okay, period. So that's why when we go for these men that can grant us the offerings for the goddess. This is you. And this is your target. Your poor innocent little target. He's so innocent. Ah. Okay, is he though? Is he really innocent? Because they're only after one thing, okay? And like when they don't get their way, like you really see their true colors. Now that you're detached, you're stoic, you don't give a shit, you don't feel bad, you're not triggered anymore. Now let's get into deciphering. When you visualize, you want to imagine them, the object, the person, and you also want to imagine this energy coming from them towards you. Now, what some people like to do is some people like to imagine their energy going to them. That way you're like imprinting on them. You now pull all that energy back, including their own, towards you. And in psychic vampirism, we call this tendrils. The energy coming towards you. Okay, so now that you have this in your mind and you're visualizing and you can see them and now you've imprinted onto them. Okay, I like to imagine a black line. Okay, these are the tendrils. Okay, this is your cord. Think of it like the internet cable, the Ethernet. We're all connected in a way, okay? So now you want to get this energy. I like to focus on their solar plexus. Okay, there's a few points you can focus on, and that is the third eye. Okay, the third eye, the solar plexus, which is all about the soul, your willpower, your life force energy. Focus on the soul. And then when you're doing that, bring it into your own soul, bring it into your own stomach, bring it into your own third eye. Okay. There's also these points here in the arm. Okay. You can focus on that too. Also here. That's why in concerts, in church, the crown chakra, where you receive your downloads. Another thing in church, and this is the evil type. Be careful of those pastors that be touching your head. That never sat well with me. I don't agree with that. Okay, because nowhere in the Bible does it say to touch the head. And this head touching comes from African spirituality. It comes from Ifa. It comes from West Africa, Nigeria. When you touch your ovary, when you touch your head, you're activating your head, and your head is your highest self. So that's why you can pray to your highest self. Your higher self is a whole entity. I have another video talking about higher self for free on my YouTube channel. For free, guys, check it out. So these pastors, a lot of pastors are sorcerers, right? They're occultists. They know what's up and they use people. So when they're touching the freaking head, they're taking your energy. So remember, your energy goes where attention goes. So once you have that's why, like with me, I have like a click. Like even when I'm doing my visualization, I have a click. And you can do this without visualizing, by the way. Okay. Like if you're on a date, I love doing this. When you're on a date, right? You can just use their energy like towards something, whatever you need. You have an exam coming up. You need more judge than study. Then take their energy. Right? You want to get more youthful, take their energy. Like this is what these men do. I learned from them. Remember I said that you gems can do this at a concert. So it's always, and it's better with sports games because of the way the arena is built. So when you're at a concert, okay, when you feel the energy, imagine that energy going into your third eye, going into your crown, going into your solar plexus, going into your hands. You're feeling that energy. You're feeling that energy. Now, when you're visualizing, you're feeling that energy. In fact, sometimes when I'm visualizing, I'll pull the cord. I'll pull the cord and pull it into here. When you're doing this, breathing is very important. So I do the intent of when I'm breathing in, I hold it and then I say the intention of what I'm turning this into. So you breathe with intent. Every time you're breathing in and their energy. Everything is about intention. Every time I'm breathing in their energy. Now, if you have amphistasia, which is where you close your eyes and you can't see, you only see black, you can do this because I also used to have amphistasia and I was able to heal it. Yes, sometimes I still see black. It's not as vivid, but I still see now. So there is a cure. You have to keep trying. So not only are you visualizing and you're visualizing this going into you, the most important thing is the feeling. You can feel it inside of you. You can feel a heat inside of you. Okay, that is how you know it's working. So visualize a feeling more than a light. And when we get to healing, how can I heal people? So this is what we do. So you imagine your energy to them. So that is how you heal people. And you're sending this intention of healing onto them. And they say do this bit by bit because guys, this is serious. Like if you do it, like have a long session, these people get sick. Fire. But how can I prevent myself from taking their own negativity, like their own negative energy, like in case they're cursed or something? Because, you know, women curse men. Like as a practitioner myself, people be like, yeah, I want to hex this guy. I want to hex this guy. I can help you with that. It should be good anyways because we're transmuting. So you're attuning it to a different frequency. However, alchemy is a skill. Not everyone has the skill. This is my transmutation necklace. I have alligator pepper in here, alligator seeds, which is like the African version of cloves. It's very spiritually pungent, this ingredient. It communicates with the ancestors. It's great purification tool. It's also great for opening roads. Energy that comes to me, that is anything that has ill intent or any negativity, it gets transmuted. You don't have to have a locket. You can also just have a regular necklace and set the intention that this necklace is transmuting any negative energy that coming from my feeding into beauty or into positivity. If you don't have anything direct like okay, it's turning the negativity into positivity. So that is how you protect yourself. Also, you should already be doing your regular protection rituals, a transmutation ring, or even like a robe. I don't know, like if you're doing it late at night in your room, and you can have like a jumper to transmute it and then take off the jumper like after. So when you do this, you will actually feel heat. You will feel a high. And they say your donor actually feels a high at first, but then they start to get tired and they start to get drained. You will feel heat around your heart. You may feel heat around your legs. You may even have like pins and needles on your feet, and heat especially on your hands. Another way you can feed is by touching people. I mentioned this already with the crown. So you touch people at the back of their neck. You can take their energy from there. Like if it's your boyfriend and you want to take his energy, sugar daddy, just like, oh, hey, babe. Like the shoulder, neck, hair, hands. Okay. You're taking the energy. And because you're in control in your mind, you're like, oh, I'm taking his energy. I'm taking his energy. That puts you in control. You're dominating. Another way to protect yourself is transmutation spell. So when you do the visualization, you do a spell work to transmute energy, okay, towards you, like a general transmutation spell. Also, people have transmutation boards. You can also have transmutation dolls, transmutation plushies. And if you're new to this, I know it's like you should be feeling more revived, but if you're new, you may be a bit tired because it does take a lot of intention and focus to really pull this energy towards you. While you're doing the visualization, you can also do chants, where now this is where you can get into telepathy, but I want to make a separate video on telepathy. So that method is a quick and easy way to take energy that has been stolen from you, especially from like a man. You can also use this method on girls as well, women that have taken energy, workplaces, managers that have taken energy from you. And again, because I have this in my notes, when deep feeding, take breaks in between, or else the willing feeder or unwilling feeder will experience physical side effects, aka burnout or getting sick. So that's why I said when you're doing deep feeding, take breaks on the person because they will get sick, guys. And obviously, if it's revenge, then you keep feeding. Look, we all have a dark side. Law 2 of my book, Embrace Your Dark Side. Okay, my book, How to Be a Bitch. Just like a battery has two sides, positive and negative, we all have two sides to us, okay? We wouldn't be human beings if we just had a positive side. There's surface feeding, which is the same technique, but this would be used with someone in the same space as you. So if you're in the nightclub, a lot of psychic vampirism love the nightclub. You can imagine this happening. You can also do it with your eyes open and like feel it hitting you. If they live in like the same state as you, same county, then okay, yeah, surface feeding, you can do that. Then there's long distance feeding, and that takes more energy because you're putting more intent into it, more will into it. And then contact feeding, again, is physical touch, especially on the energy centers, hair, hands, okay, your third eye, your crown, your throat, your solar plexus, even your feet, honestly, because that's an energy center too, is your feet. These tendrils are tentacles, like an octopus. So they're the tentacles that are latching onto you. And you can't see this in the physical realm, but in the astral, you can see it. Now, speaking of astrals, because someone commented, how can I do this in the astrals? I want to walk into his dreams. I want to do dream walking and take his energy that way. I'm just going to give you guys the technique that I used, and I will probably make a more in-depth video because the way this is going, it's like, I'm probably going to make this into a series because one of you guys even commented, how can I be a succubus? Like, you wanted me to talk about succubus energy. Girl, that's going to need a different type of video. Method I use to show up into the astrals is before going to bed, I use mugwort, okay? If you have blue lotus, use blue lotus, because that's going to be even better with dreaming and the astrals. But I just used mugwort. I didn't even use dandelion or anything to have that calming effect. I wanted a straight deal. So I visualized and I meditated right before I was getting sleepy. And I think it's easier because that's like, I used to deal with him. Like we had we were intimate before. So it's always easier to contact someone that you were intimate with in the astrals. This is why I hate red wine as well, because it makes me look like smoked out. Like, but yeah, okay. So visualize. I did a visualization method, and there are guided meditations out there that you can use on yourself. So really, it's about focus, and it's about focusing on that person. Okay. Why I did this method is because I know the last thing we have in our mind, the impression, is more than likely what we're going to experience in the astrals. That's why as well, especially if you work with spirits and you want contact, be careful of what you watch before going to bed. In fact, try stay away from screens. Try stay away from even reading certain type of books, because that's going to block what you see in the astrals. Okay, trust me, I've been there. So when I use this method, it worked. And I was even surprised because that's not my skill. Like, I'll be so honest, guys, like that is not my skill to like do up the astrals and things like that. Like, I dream, yes, but like there's people that are way better than me. So I was shocked. I imagined him staring at me and he couldn't talk. I don't know why, but he couldn't talk. And then I was just like looking at him and I was like, oh, I'm in control. I'm the captain now.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
I'm the captain now, all right? And then literally, tentacles from the octopus going inside of me. And like, I'm literally like this. Yes, yes, yes. Like, I'm feeling the energy. I literally felt like Cersei Lannister. Like, I just felt so powerful. And I know it worked. Like, I know it worked because like, even today, I just felt like basically what I asked for, I got. And you can use sex to get energy, okay? When you do that, in your mind, okay, this is where like the mind control comes, and you already set an intention before doing this. And this is as easy as it is an intention. And then when that's happening, you're now receiving energy. Yes. Like, this is how men do this all the time, because when they come to you, they be setting an intention that you're going to be wrapped around their finger. Oh yeah, I have her wrapped around my finger. That's why she always comes back. Blah, blah, blah. And they're setting that intention. Then you're having sex with them. And then that's why you can't stop thinking about them. And you can also do it to heal them too. Okay. You can heal them too, Bo. Like, that's boring. Boo. Okay. So how can I feed off of men using lust? So if you want to use lust, this is more so physical and mental. How it works is because they're going to start thinking about you all the time. So especially if you're a girl that's always posting on Instagram, a lot of vampires and sirens are Instagram baddies. And I used to be an Instagram baddie, but I just have no one to take my pictures for me. Like, guys, I have no friends in the city where I live. Like, it's sad. And I have no one to help me take pictures, but I have to like, but I'm going to do it for you guys. Like, when I go out, I'm just going to ask a random person to help me take pictures. But when they're thinking about you, they're sending you energy. And because you've already set that intention, now it's benefiting you. Every single time they think about you, it benefits you. So how to protect yourself from anyone that's doing this to you? Like I said, everyone is doing this. It's either you play or get played, you drain or you get drained. And you have balance because you're also able to cultivate your own energy. That's the beauty of it. You're not just like relying on these people to get your own energy. What I like to do is meditation. You want to close your eyes and visualize your armor around you. I do this in 3 ways, okay? I can visualize red bricks, like a red brick being built all over me, like blocks being built over me. And then I'll even use two-factor authentication. And then it's going to be like a safe, a lock, like it's like a high security lock over my field. Okay, that's another way you can do it too. Another way you can do this is by expanding your field, by imagining a white orb, okay, over you. And this white orb is expanding more and more and more and more. And why this is so powerful is the larger your field, the harder it is for things to penetrate through. Because if your field is like stretching miles away, if anything's trying to attack you, it's going to be hard to get to the source, to the epicenter of your energy. Think of it like a tornado. Okay, the center of a tornado is like calm, and then out is like this chaos. And that is going to be the orb that's destroying everything that's trying to come towards you. So as an alchemist, I use a lot of mentalism. And especially now that you know how it works, you've watched my video and you know how these things work, now that is also protecting you. The best way to protect yourself from something is to learn about it, to learn how it works. So that way you protect yourself. Okay, now let's get into the physical items. You can wear transmutation, jewelry, protection jewelry, or if you don't have a transmutation jewelry, just protection. Just nothing can come through. You don't have to convert it into anything else. You can just have a piece of item that just blocks straight up, especially if you're not that equipped with transmutation, because it is a skill. Black crystals, obsidian, onyx, tourmaline. I have tourmaline and I have obsidian. I don't have onyx, but I'm interested in getting it. My obsidian right now is on my Lilith altar. You can use herbs as well to protect yourself. Vervain, as you see in the movies and TV shows, it is great to protect yourself from energy vampires. Cloves, garlic. Some people hang garlic in their home. Even having garlic in your cupboard, and you set that intention that this garlic is sucking up energy. If you want to make this stronger, watch vampire movies, take on these traits, because once again, these monsters, these fantasy creatures are aspects of humans. And then soon enough, you're gonna see it happen in the physical realm, because you've already made it happen in the astrals. That's how it works. And then one day you're gonna be like, oh my God, it worked. If you like this video, make sure to like this video. It definitely motivates me to make more videos, and it helps grow the community so we can have more people just like us joining this community. Comment down below what your favorite part of the video, if you've done this before or if you're going to do it. And also comment down below, like after you watch the video and you do it, let me know on like how you felt when you were draining his energy, because I mainly do this with men. Like that's what I mainly do, or with my enemies. Also hit the subscribe button, it's free. Join the gem community. I'm already brewing my spell oils, so like they're ready to come out. Gem of the week is Saint Marquise. She has numbers at the end, but I'll put it here. And why Saint Marquise is, she commented about she worked with Lilith, and she also worked with Lily too. I was actually going to talk about Lily too during this video, but I decided that it was going to be too long. Like I literally have it written down, Lilith and Lily too. I was going to talk about Sekhmet as well and Hecate's daughter, but I was just like, let me leave it. So when people comment things, and which most of you guys do, thank you for all my gems. I love you and I appreciate every single one of you. She sent me down a rabbit hole of learning, and it also made me realize like, oh my God, you guys are darker than I thought. Like I know I make videos about dark femininity and things like that, but when I see your comments and you guys are like, yeah, you want more. Like that's when I asked you guys about psychic vampirism, and then you guys were in the comments saying, give it to me in great details, dry them to the bone. I'm like, okay, cool, period. Like that's all I need. So that way I know where I can stand with you guys. Like I said, over here is not for the good girls. Like this is the dark side, and that is okay. Okay, so I'm going to list out the members of the Patreon, because we've been getting new members, which is absolutely amazing. I'm going to put the names on the screen as well. We have Ty, Kamar, Essie, Hilda, Carolina, KQ, Leona, Mika, Grissy, Shuk, Tony, Aria. Thank you. So once again, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and follow for more.